Alright, we're ready to start drawing our lovely fierce great white shark. I'm going to be drawing with a black marker just so it's nice and clear on the screen, but use your pencil so that you can make any corrections or mistakes. Remember though that we only want to use our eraser right at the end. Our eraser is not our friend. Sometimes we can feel nervous about our drawing and erase something that actually would have worked out so well. So keep your eraser to the side or give it to mom and dad if you're tempted to use it. We don't want to use this eraser, we'll have a chance to erase right near the end after we've finished drawing our whole shark. My paper is in landscape, which means it's sideways, and I'm going to visualize where the middle of my paper is, and I'm going to start with a dot on the side near the edge of my paper on that side, and in line with it on this side I'm going to leave a little bit more space and I'm going to put a dot on that side, and I'm going to join these lines with a gentle curved line. If you need to turn your page you can do so and make it nice and comfortable to draw that nice and smoothly, and I join up. I missed my dot a little bit, but that's okay. And that's the back of our great white shark. I'll put another gently curved line at the bottom here by his mouth and just tilt it up a little bit, a little flick at the end, coming out this way, which is where his teeth are going to come. I'm going to leave a gap and we're going to draw another gentle curved line coming down, and it's going to stop halfway along his belly. This is where his pectoral fins go. Don't draw them too small, so he's a big boy. One, and then we can imagine the other one as he's swimming behind is on the other side of him. Two pectoral fins, and we can now think in our mind this line is going to come under the pectoral fin, and it's going to come along, curving upwards to join where his tail is going to start. I want to put a dot here to help me know where I'm going to aim to, and just a very gentle bending line to join up. A great white shark, his tail, the top and the bottom is about the same size, so I'm going to use my finger spacing. Just imagine where is his tail going to be, and I'm going to put a straight line coming up and one coming down. That looks about right, and we're going to join back in the middle for his tail. What we're really missing is his dorsal fin, which is that ever famous triangular dorsal fin at the top. Just comes swimming along at the top of the water when you're swimming in the sea. So let's give him a good scary dorsal fin. And it's got a little notch at the bottom. Let's put in his mouth. I'm going to start at the bottom and I'll put a curved line that comes in like a grumpy face. And then from where I added that little bend there at the end of his mouth, I'm going to bring his up. I can add in his teeth. Lots and lots of sharp teeth. I'd like to know if you can find out how many teeth does a great white have. I'm sure there's very many razor sharp teeth. Someone can put that in the comments. Find out how many teeth does a great white shark have. A great white has a black eye, so I'm going to draw his eye in halfway above his mouth. Halfway and halfway, and he's got a black eye, so I'm going to cover it in, but I want to leave a little sparkle to show that he's alive. He has a little nostril also. Most sharks have 5 gills, so it's behind the mouth here. We can put his 5 gills in, and that's what he uses for breathing underwater. Right, he's coming along. He's got a few more details that we can put in. At the back here, the back of his tail, he has a sort of thickened part that sticks out called a keel. And the keel helps to stabilize the shark as he's swimming. So let's put that in, a nice little detail. He has a little triangular fin at the top. You can put a little rectangular fin at the bottom. Remember, at any point, if you feel like I'm going too fast, just pause the video or you play it over again. It's a nice thing about videos. He's got two interesting little fins here, another little notch, and we can picture the other one behind, the second one on the other side. Right, we're ready for his final detail, which really makes a shark look like a great white shark, so it's very important. A great white shark, his coloring is gray on the top and white on his underside. So we're going to draw in that important line to show. It starts above his nose here, and I don't want to put a hard, solid, straight line for this. I want to put in a bit of a wriggly line. So over his mouth, soft sort of wriggly line as I imagine his pattern. You can see how it's coming over the gills, and it's going to come down under his pectoral fin. And then I'm going to come out the other side, and I'm going to come up a little bit, little wriggle, and down again to his belly. And there he is. If you at any point now that we've got our whole shark drawn, if there's something that I made a mistake along the way, then I correct it. I can rub out those mistake lines. Or if there's something in my picture that's really bugging my eye, I can take my pencil now, I can correct it, and then use my eraser to rub out those corrections. So do that now, and then we're going to get to coloring in. I'm going to color in using a grey pencil crayon. Pardon me, not a grey pencil crayon, I don't have one of those, a black pencil crayon. If I just color lightly with a black pencil crayon, I'll be able to make a nice grey color. I'm going to fast forward this part so you can see the end result, and I've got some tips and techniques for you at the end, but I'm going to get coloring. I want to be mindful of coloring the direction I'm coloring so that he has a nice smooth even color, and because I've put so much effort into my drawing, I don't want to ruin it now by being careless in my coloring, and I want to be thoughtful and thorough in my coloring in. So here we go. Right, I've got a gentle grey all over his body now. If you are in grade 1 or 2 and you want to stop now, you can. But if you want to see what we're going to do next, we're going to add in some more details. And a pencil crayon can do a lot. So I'm going to be using the same pencil crayon that I've been using, my black pencil crayon, but I'm going to start by adding some shades and tones that are going to bring this shark more to life. So mine does look a little bit like a cartoon because I've used this black outline. But if you used your pencil, yours are starting to look a lot more realistic. And we can use our black pencil crayon just to bring out some depth and some shape. So an easy part to start is maybe at this keel. If I imagine this is sticking out underneath, I can press a bit darker, a bit deeper. And I'm going to bring out some of the shadow of his body under this keel. As it comes out, remember to turn your page so you can always draw comfortably. Maybe I put a little bit of shadow down the side of his fins, and I'm just knitting my marks together. This fin at the bottom, it's because it's underneath, it's probably quite dark, so I'm going to color that one in a bit darker. Add some more marks there. I'm going to add a bit of more shading to his body because his body is lovely and round, so I want to show that that kind of shape. So I've got a good base already, so I'm just going to darken areas of it and then just blend it in along his top. I think some dark along his side here will be quite good as well, actually. Let's add in a bit of shade on his side. If you go over the white into the white a little bit, that's okay because it's part of his shadows. A little bit of detail to his fin. Anything that's underneath can be the tonka on the side. And add some more to his top, given that lovely form of being like a torpedo shape. And give him a little bit more detail to his face as well. Show the top of his head and coming down the side. The front. I'm going to add a little bit around his eye also, just for a bit of character. Perhaps we'll put a little bit of shading around the gills. You can go into the whites. Right, I'm looking what area needs more attention, and something important that I haven't given any attention to is his dorsal fin, so I think we must definitely give that some attention. Let's bring out some depth there. So we're going to draw our eye to that very important part of the shark. Maybe there's a bit of a shadow coming up as it's joining to his body. Again, just looking, are there any areas that look a little bit unfinished, a little bit rushed, a little bit rough? I'm going to change, and I'm going to use my light blue pencil crayon, because I think this under part with the white can also have a bit of a shade to it. You can imagine the water reflecting on his body. I'm going to go up into the grey a little bit along his white. Don't worry if you can see your strokes. I think this will probably be quite have a bit of shade on it as well. If it's a bit blue, you can layer your colours, and if I can help, I'm going to put a little bit of grey in there. It's definitely going to be a bit darker under this fin, and this is right under him, so let's add a bit of colour and a bit of shape there. And again, maybe I want to add in a little bit of grey here. And I don't want to colour in all the white because he does have a white underbelly, but just to give an idea of some of the shadows he's swimming through. Right, and there's our beautiful great white shark. You can carry on without me. You can do the background, you can have fish, whatever else you can think of in the background. And or you can just leave it very neatly as it is, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more lovely drawing.